Welcome to the Worldwide Soccer Coaches Club video session plan for UEFA B. These sessions are designed to assist coaches who wish to enhance their understanding of UEFA B coaching. Today's video session plan is part of a series that will support you to design UEFA B sessions for the players in your team. This session is tailored to improve the 4, 8 and 10 to decide when to pass, dribble or drive through opposition defensive lines. In the leading practice, you will need the 4, 8, 9 and 10 for the midfield and defensive units. The area required is 56 by 40 yards and a 20 yard by 20 yard box in the middle to encourage players to play through. Teams have to work the ball from one end to gain a point. Your coach's behaviour should support players to understand their roles and responsibilities regarding when to pass, dribble or drive through opposition defensive lines to have maximum impact. The practice will start with the blue 4 passing into the 8, who has to try and dribble or drive through the middle zone, and once through he can pass to the blue 10. The red 4, 8 and 10 start in the highlighted area in the middle, and the nearest player presses the 8, and the second player provides accurate angle and distance of support, and the third player provides balance and is also primed to counter on regains. The blue 9 and 10 move on to open passing lines so that 8 can pass to them, and they also try and create space for the 8 by pulling opponents out of their defensive positions. In the function practice, the pitch is now opened up to the full width of the penalty area and from the edge of the penalty area box to the other. Place 2 small goals centrally so the teams can score into the goal they are attacking and increase the middle zone to 20 yards and the width of the penalty box. Place balls around the pitch so the practice can restart from the multiple positions. This is a 6v6 game and the attacking unit and both the defensive unit also play 2-3-1 formations. The practice starts with the red 5 and 6 playing a square pass to each other, and this triggers the movement in their players to create space and passing lines. If the defensive unit win it, they must counter-attack and score in the central goal. When the 5 and 6 play the square pass, the red 9 has to cut off the ball, and this is to try and force the blue team down one side. This is to make it more challenging for the blues to create and exploit space. The blue 5 will receive on the back foot so they can look to pass to the furthest safest option through the opposition with their first touch. If this isn't possible, they should drive into the space with a positive first touch or dribble past opponents before passing to a teammate who can attack and progress the forward. All of the midfield units should play as positively as possible and utilise their teammates who block off opponents so they can drive into the space created. In the phase, we redesign the pitch by expanding it beyond the halfway line and at full width. In this 9v8 phase of play, the defensive unit have the one extra player, and they are arranged in a 1-4-3-1 formation, while the midfield team are in a 2-3-3 setup. This is to make it more challenging for the midfield unit and encourage them to work harder off the ball. The start position 1 is number 6 red passing the ball to number 5 and who then plays into the 4 to drive in. Start position 2 is the red 5 collecting a ball from behind the end line, travelling in and then passing to 4. And the final start position is red 6 collecting the ball and running into the area and passing to red 8. In this phase of play, we are now practicing the skills learned earlier and applying them in the larger phase area. There are no fullbacks for the midfield unit and no wide players for the defensive unit, and this is to encourage the midfielders to go through central areas by restricting their wider options. The midfielders receiving the ball should always try to penetrate centrally to develop greater confidence on recognising how and when to do this. They must move into pockets early and receive the ball so they can see all of the pitch, opponents and teammates, and so they can decide on the best course of action. Their supporting teammates should be on different lines to offer different passing options, and they should move out to pull opponents out of their space or occupy empty space in between defensive lines. Shorter versions of these practices are available on our TikTok channel. We'd also like you to comment below and we will design sessions that you would like to see.